I'm going to show you how to assemble Ikea BRIMNES daybed frame with the 2 drawers. All this is gonna be in 3 parts. And today we have a part 3 when I'm gonna put together main frame of the Ikea BRIMNES daybed. In a previous part, in part 1, I'm gonna show you how to put together the drawers for the BRIMNES bed. And in part 2, we're gonna do the extending frame for the Ikea BRIMNES daybed. Let's do the part 3 now. And we have 2 side panels, 1 big dividing panel, bag of screws. I like to organize them so I know what I'm working with. Easier this way to don't make mistake. And we're gonna start with those wooden plugs. So we're gonna place 2 wooden plugs on each side of the dividing panel. Exactly the same on the other side. 2 wooden plugs is the inner hole on the dividing panel. And we have those long screws. We're gonna have 4 of these. And on each of the side panel gonna go 2. You don't need a screwdriver here, just secure them firmly with a hand. Exactly the same on the other side panel, just place them in those metal holes. And now we can start to work with the rail. Gonna position it on one side and on the other side, make sure the first hole is right on the edge of the hole in the long rail. Place the first screw in on one side and exactly the same on the other side. That's how you secure the position in the right place. If you start on the middle, the rail can go left and right, and when you come at the end, you're not gonna be able to secure it properly. Here you see I'm using the electric screwdriver, extremely useful, especially the job like this where there's so many screws. This one have a clutch, so you're not gonna overrun the screws. Here we're gonna have the locks, which we're gonna place it on the other side of the dividing panel. On each of the lock there is an arrow, which is gonna be important to point it to the right direction. So you see that's the arrow on each lock. You're gonna have 2 on each side of the dividing panel. I'm gonna show you how the arrow work, so make it exactly the same. They are hard to take out. The arrow is at the front and is facing to the hole at the front. You see, exactly like that, and place the lock completely in. So the arrow on the lock pointing to the hole at the front. Exactly the same on the other side. The arrow on the lock pointing to the hole at the front. So just place the lock completely in, and that's how it's supposed to be. We're gonna do exactly the same on the other side, so the arrow facing the hole at the front, and push the lock completely in. As I mentioned previously, the electric screwdriver is extremely useful here. Everything what I'm using regarding the tools you can find in the description, so you can check it out. I'm gonna use the big and small electric screwdriver here. Now when we did the locks, we can start to connect the frame. So the side panel gonna be connected with the dividing panel. Just find the holes for those long metal screws and place it in. Then push the wooden plugs in, and you're gonna come closest about 2 mm from the, you're gonna have a gap about 2 mm at this point. It's not gonna go deeper because of those big locks are done like that. Allen key, you're gonna find it in the box. Ikea provide this one, so you can just secure it on the top. Just twist the lock to the right side. First you can go with the top one, then go at the bottom, do 2 or 3 twists, get it closer, you see the gaps is closing nicely, and then go again on the top. I like to do this way, so if you're gonna go all the way in with the one, then it's kind of stopping you, so I do one, I go other one, and then I come back to the first one. Once the gap is completely closed, you can see it here at the front, that's how it's supposed to be. Nice close, no gap at all. We can move to the other side, and we're gonna do exactly the same with the other side. So the side panel, just lift it up and connect it with the dividing panel. Place those 2 metal screws in, and you're gonna come closest about 2 mm. You're gonna see the gap, so don't push it more than it's gonna let you. That's how it is, about 2 mm roughly. And now we can secure the locks again, exactly the same as on the other sides. Allen key, which Ikea provide in a box. Do the top, then do the bottom slowly. As I mentioned before, if you did everything correct with the arrow pointing to the side, you should be fine here. You're not gonna have a problem to secure this connection here. There it is, that's how it's supposed to look like. Now no gap at the back and no gap at the front. So we have kind of U shape at the moment. The main frame of Ikea BRIMNES bed. Gonna do the rail now. This one is slightly different, it's kind of U-shaped, and you're gonna have a plastic and a screw on each side. Plastic just preventing you, so you're not gonna get scratched. To the edges on this rail are quite sharp. The plastic is good detail where you're not gonna get scratched once it's all done. If you're alone here, you can do it this way. I put the plastic in and screw and then secure it. Lift the rail slightly up so you're not gonna break the hole there, and then do the other side. Exactly the same. Place it in the top hole, the screw coming to the top hole, and secure it. Here we're gonna have a joining screw. There's one male, one female part. The female coming from the outer side and the male coming from the front, and you can secure this connection on the bottom hole on the rail. Just close it in, tighten the screw. That's how it's supposed to be. The female is at the back, the male front. And exactly the same on the other side. The joining screw, two parts, the thicker part coming from the back and the thinner part coming from the front through the rail, and we secure it, we join it with the other side. Here I'm using the small electric screwdriver, extremely useful as well. You're gonna find the link in the description if you're interested what I'm using here. Now we can lift the whole thing up, go slowly here as the rail at the front is very wobbly at this point. And we're gonna place the wooden slats. All those, they're gonna be the same size, only two of them they're gonna be different. Those L-shaped bracket gonna be mounted on the two of them. So just find the two different slats, and they have the difference is they have two holes on one side. That's where the bracket's gonna be mounted. So just check which one it is, find them. You see those two holes on the side is gonna be only on the two of them. Now we can mount the stoppers on the holes. Just place the brackets in and secure it with the 4 screws. That's the screws with the flat head. 2 screws for each of these L-shaped brackets. And those ones, they're gonna secure the extending part. Basically, they're gonna prevent the extending part from sliding out completely. So you're gonna have one left and one right, and the bracket should be closer to the side panels. I'm gonna explain you that in a second. You're gonna have screws, so 2 screws for each of the slats. And we're gonna place the bottom part from the top and the top part from the under the rail and secure it with a screw. On the top, you see I'm coming here from the top of the rail, and at the bottom you're placing the slat on the top of the rail. So you're securing the screw from under here. Just make sure you're right on the top of the hole and secure it with a screw, and we're gonna do exactly the same on the other side. Just place the slat in and secure the screw from the top first. Tighten it up, go quite hard because the rail on the top is very wobbly. Just find the right holes and secure it at the bottom as well. Now we're gonna have these plastic legs. Just place 2 plastic legs on each of the side panels from under. This prevents the floors against the scratching if you have a wooden or laminated floor. And now we can do the rest of the slats. On one side of the slat, they're gonna be the plastic plug. You can place them in, they're coming nicely in some of them. For some of them, you're gonna have to help it with a hammer. So that's gonna go only on one side of the slats. On the other side, gonna be those screws, and we can prepare them and place them in from outer side into the top rail. You don't need to do this now, but this is gonna speed up the process. There's many slats, and while you attaching the slat on the top, they may pop out, so just gonna have to be gentle there. But I found it this way easier, this way faster. So just place all the screws on the top, put the bottom slat in to the hole with the plastic plug, and on the top secure it with the screwdriver. As I mentioned, the top rail is a bit wobbly at the moment, so you see the slats, they're gonna pop out in and out, but after, when you're gonna put the bed down, it's gonna hold in place. Don't worry about that. Just secure it in a right hole and make sure you tighten the screws properly as the rail is wobbling. See, the electric screwdriver is extremely useful here. This one is with a clutch, so you're not gonna overrun the screws. Okay, we have the last one in, and now we can put all the frame down. Watch out as the front is extremely wobbly at the moment. We can prepare the main frame to be connected with the extending part. As you see here, I have the extending part on the side, as I didn't have the space here previously in the part 2. You can check it out how I put there, as this room is extremely small, so I have to build the drawers and the extending part first. While I was putting this part up, all the slats, they fell off, so I have to put them out and put them back in right now, because we're gonna connect it everything with the main frame. So if you have a small room, as was in this case, just build the extending part and the drawers first, position them on the side, build the main frame, and then you join all parts together. So here we put the slats in and we're ready to connect mainframe with the extending part. So just position the whole thing together close as you can. You see the slats on the extending gonna go into the slats in the mainframe. On the side you clear here, you're gonna have the stopper, the L brackets, which is gonna stop the extending part from coming out. First, lift the middle part up so you're nicely in. If you have person on the other side, is useful at this moment because it's not gonna pop out. You're gonna see here in a moment my one gonna come in and out on the side. As I couldn't push it all the way in, so I just you're supposed to lift it up and go all the way in. I couldn't because the slats is stopping me, so I just let it on the side there and I went to the other side. So you just lift it up, go over the extending part and come all the way in, and that's how you're supposed to secure it. So again, just go over the edge, and that's how you stop the extending part. But here you see the other side came out already, so just lift the middle part up and lift the side up and come all the way in. Sometimes it's hard to come in because the middle popping out, so just be patient here. Lift it all up, go over the edge, and that's it. That's how it's supposed to be. Quite simple, but that's how it works here. And now we have all frame connected together, so you see the main frame is resting on the edge of the extending frame. So here how you close it, and you can see the slats are not even. Left and right is up and down. Each of them is, one is up, one is down. So that's how it's supposed to be. Every time I finish this bed, all the people they're asking if that's how it's supposed to be, but yes, that's how it's supposed to be. So one slat is slightly up, one is slightly lower. If you have wooden floor or laminated, it's gonna be easier to slide in. If you have carpeted, the extending part can come in a bit harder. That's how the slats are, one up, one down. Drawers, just place them in, wheel on the drawer should go over the wheel in the rail, and slightly lift it up and push it all in. This can go quite hard, so just because the drawer is big, so just do one side, make sure the wheel go over the wheel, and exactly the same on the other side, and just slide it in. After, if you want to take the drawer out, want to clean it inside or anything, you can just easily push the drawer out, wheel over the wheel, lift it up slightly, and then push it back. If you're not going over the wheel, that's how it's gonna look. You're gonna go a little bit out, so just place it in, make sure you're in the right position, wheel over the wheel and slide it nicely in. And that's how it looks, Ikea BRIMNES daybed with the drawers, with the two drawers. Last thing you need to do, this is put the mattresses up. You need to get 2 mattresses with this bed, so that's how it's gonna work. If you have it close, 2 mattresses, just can have it like that, or extend the bed and push 1 mattress on the side, tap them in together, and you have a double bed. Then when you finish, close it, put the mattresses on the top of each other and close the bed, and that's how it works. And this is the Ikea BRIMNES daybed. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If yes, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. As always, you will make my day, and don't forget to check it out, part 1 when I show you how to do the drawers in detail, and the part 2 when we're gonna do the extending part. I'm gonna explain everything in detail here as well. Thank you for watching, have a fantastic day.